to the NFL we go. We are fired up on this Friday for Conference Championship weekend. Let's look at each team. Lewis, start with the Rams. What are you fired up to see?
I'm fired up to see the greatest throw of the football that I've ever seen in Matthew Stafford going up against the Seahawks secondary that he torched for 457 yards the last time they played. And he absolutely bludgeoned them now. Their zone defense was no match for the pinpoint accuracy that this guy throws the football with. The relationship that he has with Puka Nacua, we know that Devontae Adams has been a touchdown scoring machine. This guy, we need to really revel and kind of take notice of the kind of performances we're seeing in Matthew Stafford.
How about the other side? Bart Scott, what are you fired up for in Seattle?
I'm fired up about Sam Darnold. Living, breathing proof that you are the author in your own story. Over 28 wins over the last 2 years. He's writing the chapter this year, and he's letting Minnesota know, you should have kept me. You chose wrong.
Yeah, Minnesota and the Jets and a lot of other places.
Okay, you didn't have to.
Sam Darnold can completely rewrite his narrative. I like that take. Okay, the AFC game. Harry, what are you fired up for the Patriots?
Well, we might as well keep it to the quarterbacks. I'm going with Drake May. He went against two vaunted defenses in his first and second playoff game. Didn't have success, in my opinion. 10 sacks. He was sacked 10 times, 5 turnovers. What did he learn in those first two matchups that he can benefit from in the third one because he's going against another vaunted defense?
And then, Peter, the Denver Broncos playing at home. What are you fired up to see?
Well, the reporter in me loves a story, and the Jarrett Stidham story is one we have never seen before. It's the latest a player has had a start, his first start in a game since 1972 when Roger Staubach started in the NFC Championship game, his first start of that season. Hasn't thrown a pass in an NFL regular season or postseason game in more than 350 days. Jarrett Stidham, welcome to your life. AFC Championship game, you're starting.
It's a huge moment, and I love, you know me, I'm a sucker for a little trash talk, and we have a little bit of it in this game. Patriots-Broncos, Sean Payton is trying to speak a Denver win into existence, and Kayshon Boutte on the other side is having none of it. Listen.
For about the past month, you've had a message to fans every single week about noise. Do you have a message for them this week with it being the final game?
Well, they're going to have plenty of rest after this one, 2 weeks.
Not that you guys need any extra motivation, but did you see the Sean Payton quote insinuating that Denver fans will have some extra rest for the Super Bowl?
Nah, I ain't never seen
They said they have 2 weeks to rest up for the Super basically.
Yeah, no, I ain't seen it. Man, get rest in Cancun, too, at the end of the day. So it is what it is.
We love it. All right, I love it. I'll take a rest in Cancun.
Bulletin board material.
I like it. I'm here for all of it. Obviously, look, there has never been a more obvious, underline it storyline than what's going on in Denver. So pick up that thought again. Jarrett Stidham, I assume by now everyone knows the situation here, his history with Sean Payton, and the way Payton has, from the moment he, meaning Sean, discovered that he was going to be without Bo Nix, in my opinion, he's put on a master class in instilling confidence in his team and in everyone that this backup quarterback can do it.
He did a full press conference with the local media and the national media, didn't mention the injury, gets the news there's an injury to Bo Nix. He's done, brings everyone back so that no one else breaks it. So it's not a Shefty tweet during the second half of the Seahawks-49ers game. He brings everyone back and he tells them, hey, we're going to be without Bo Nix for the rest of the season. Very nonchalant, but we believe in Jarrett Stidham, and Jarrett Stidham's going to take us there. Jarrett Stidham was the first signing ever in the Sean Payton era in Denver, and it was the top free agent target that he had. He has been on Sean Payton's hip for the last 3 years, learning not only from Sean, but from Joe Lombardi and learning from Davis Webb. He has not had an opportunity to play in a regular season or postseason game in the last several years, hasn't really done anything since a regular season win with Las Vegas versus the Niners a couple years back. But they believe in Jarrett Stidham, and I will tell you, they call him Stiddy. Sean Payton is working all of his magic and all of his motivational tools to get that team believing that they can win with a quarterback who they have not seen on the field since 2023.
You know the quarterback well, Lewis. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I think Jared, if there's ever been a situation where a guy is set up to have one of these kind of moments in time where you sit there and you go, wait a second, is this a Nick Foles situation reincarnated? Is this really what Sean Payton is kind of orchestrating here? I think this is the kind of moment that could potentially be that. Now, I don't think this is one of these games where they can put it on him the same way they put it on Bo Nix. He doesn't have that same kind of dual threat capability that Bo has. And Bo is a very special guy. I mean, I think we're going to see that as this thing plays out. Because look, I'm picking the Patriots to win this football game. But I think that Jarrett Stidham could wind up having one of those performances that he is not the reason why they lose the football game. He may not be the reason why they win it, but I don't believe he's going to be the reason why they lose it. And look, Sean Payton is one of the greatest play callers of our time. So just get that through your head. This guy is one of the greatest play callers of our time, and he will do that in this football game. Just think of some of the plays he dialed up here, against Buffalo last week. Some of the play designs that he has that really do attack the weaknesses of certain coverages. I mean, this play to Little Jordan Humphrey was like a masterclass, rolling right, having everyone think you're going to run a 3-level flood concept strong, having a post backside, you out leverage the safety. Those are the kind of things he does on a regular. He'll do that this week.
And Bart, you were making the point in our meeting as a defensive player. I think this is interesting that at least early in the game, it might actually be advantage Denver.
Yeah, for me, because as a defender, I need to have a history. I need to have tendencies. It is no tendencies. We've never seen him within this offense. So early on, you got to kind of be a little bit vanilla because you don't know what formations, what personnel you're going to get. Studying works against you because if you try and pay attention to what Boutte Nix did and try and do your 5-game breakdown, all those tendencies could be totally different because to lose point is different strengths and weaknesses. You talk about the fact that Boutte Nix, usually I call him check down Charlie, even though we just oddly showed a shot play. You know what I mean? But who knows? Stidham, because he doesn't have the same attributes as Boutte Nix, may be somebody that may thrive inside the pocket. So that may mean a more sophisticated passing game. So early on, Denver has the early advantage of being able to take advantage at home. Don't have to worry about crowd noise. He can make all his checks. They're going to have that 15-play script where they're going to throw everything at New England. New England's going to have to adjust. Maybe just Josh McDaniels having some awareness about what he is, maybe a little help, but he hasn't seen him in this system.
And I think that brought up an interesting point. For those of you who are so inclined from a gambling perspective at DraftKings, there are all kinds of different props that might lead you towards.
That is how you exploit inefficiencies in the market because the thought process is that Denver's offense will struggle because they're moving to the backup quarterback. But if they come out and they surprise you early, you can bet into that. 2 I'd look at, who scores first in this game? Denver plus 110, $10 bet returns 11 in profit. Best one, in my opinion, Denver's first drive results in a field goal. 4-1 is the payout. Think about the starting field position you get with the new kickoff return rules, right? Make a couple plays, you're in range, you're at altitude. That pays 4-1, and that's irregardless of what the Patriots do with their opening drive. You just need a field goal to start the game.
All right, Harry, you're a receiver, and now you're going to the backup quarterback again. I mean, you've worked with him in practice to whatever degree he gets reps in practice as the season goes on, but he's never thrown a pass as a member of the Denver Broncos. So what are you thinking?
Well, I would say for receivers and tight ends, everything might not be perfect, but you make it perfect, right? That's when you have to make the play. If the ball is a little bit behind you, so what? Still make the catch. If it's going to be contested, still make the catch. But I also think this game is going to come down to Sean Payton as a play caller versus Zach Core. The job that Zach Core has done, filling in for Terrell Williams as defensive coordinator, he's done a masterful job in my opinion. What does a Sean Payton offense like to do? Shifts, motions, quick passes, naked bootlegs, getting the quarterback out on the perimeter, utilizing his athleticism. But I think they're going to have to be balanced. First and second down production is imperative in this matchup because versus that defense who made the Houston Texans look silly, who made Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers look silly, you can't live in a third and long situations. You have to live in third and 2 to 5.
I mean, the Patriots, Drake May is in the conversation for may win the MVP, but really it's their defense that has them here.
I speak to Payton quite a bit during the season, and he thrives in these moments. He has a book called Home Team. It's his own autobiography. Chapter 26 is called Crisis Time, and it's all about how you this is the stuff that coaches live for. When you see all these coaching leadership conferences and these panel conversations, this is the stuff that they're talking about. How do you get 53 people to believe in you despite the odds being totally against you? Sean Payton is a master motivator. That team will be ready to play on Sunday.
Best bet, Joe, that you like a lot because of an overcorrection in the market.
Yeah, I would play Denver plus the points. It's at 4.5 now. When you go back to last week, you had the advanced lines, the look-ahead lines. It was Denver minus 1.5. Boutte Nix gets hurt. The adjustment goes to Denver plus 5.5. That's a 7-point move. So you got to ask yourself, is the drop-off from Nix to Stidham worth 7 points? The market told us this week no, because that 5.5 evaporated to 4.5. Think of it like this. 7 points from Nix to Stidham. In his heyday in Green Bay, if Aaron Rodgers got hurt, that was worth about 7 points. This is not Aaron Rodgers dropping off to the backup, and it's no disrespect to Boutte Nix. It just shows you how good Rodgers was and how this was a mistake with the market.
Final word, Lewis.
Yeah, I think that right there is an indication of the kind of respect, though, I believe that people have for Sean Payton.
Yeah.
And if you've ever sat and talked to him, it's not just about scheming up offense. It's about team. This guy has his finger on the pulse of every single facet of an NFL organization. I think he's one of the greatest coaches of our time. I think he's going to show that, but I still think that New England, look, Mike Vrabel, that's the coach of the year. That's the guy who's running circles around people.
We'll have time to dive deeper into this game and the other one as we go.